Oh, greetings YouTube. I haven't made a video in a few days. I apologize. I'm not feeling well. My wife has pneumonia. There's a lot of things going on from that angle. But I apologize for my appearance. I probably look like death warmed over. That's about how I feel. I would like to weigh in on the Wikileaks release and sort of touch in on the wiretapping of Trump Tower. I guess we'll address that first. Two FISA warrants stand as pretty good evidence that Donald Trump's claim is true. Whether or not there's enough of a paper trail to prove that the words came directly from Obama's mouth or directly from his pen remains to be seen. But you also have articles from the Times, CNN, some others, probably the Washington Compost or something like that, that were published in early January of 2017, discussing how Trump was under investigation for his ties to Russia. How was this possible if he wasn't being tapped? If his communications weren't being covertly intercepted, okay? The whole idea that, oh, Donald Trump is tied to Russia, but we didn't have to wiretap him to tell you that, is total BS and nonsense. The left has become so hypocritical they're hanging themselves. It's hilarious. But the big meat here, the big meat of the day is WikiLeaks Vault 7, which really touches on things that I think a lot of people have known for a long time. As someone who's in the IT profession, I've been aware of NSA programs going back to things like Echelon and stuff like that. The idea that Samsung TVs listen to you when you think they're turned off and stuff like that is nothing new. The idea of Hive and some of these other, what they call plugins, the command and control servers. This is nothing new. We know that this was utilized against Iran to go after their nuclear production facilities, their uranium refining facilities. It's pretty well known that there are hardware backdoors in certain brands of microprocessors, namely Intel. It's pretty well known that Windows 10 had no consideration for user privacy. All of this stuff is born out of the work that the CIA has been doing, which really amounts to creating their own version of the NSA, like a secret deep state NSA. And this is why I've implicated the CIA in some of my past videos as being sort of the deep state coup that is trying to subvert the will of the American people. On the left and the right, it's not really a partisan thing. The CIA is working for wealthy industrialists, people who are very involved in the military-industrial complex and who are wealthy internationals. The CIA isn't really working in the best interest of any American citizen or any citizen of any country for that matter. They're working in the best interest of making the most dollars and keeping perpetual war going so that they can continue to sell their products. So it should come as no surprise to people that WikiLeaks is releasing this information. I'm really curious to see if this is the first thing they're releasing, what comes next. There's probably some more information that's going to be even more damning. I'd like to see some specific people get implicated in this. Obviously, there are people who need to go to jail who have been above the law for too long, and that's a problem. John Podesta, Hillary Clinton, you can figure it out for yourself, I guess, if you want to. So I am curious to see what comes next, and I would like to leave in closing here the idea that if the CIA has all of this ability to spy on people, essentially they can intercept communications from literally every electronic device that communicates over the internet. Why aren't they doing anything about global sex trafficking, right? Why aren't they doing anything about human trafficking? We could have almost totally solved this problem. 95% of that problem could be solved using a tool like this, but instead the CIA is too busy using it for who knows what, and letting it get into the wrong hands, letting it get into the hands of foreign states, giving it away to local state actors within the United States and corporations even, so that now everybody and their uncle has a copy of these tools, and so it's almost going to be like a Wild West situation of electronic espionage and hacking is sort of the term, but subverting secure systems in order to either destroy them or to get pertinent information and blackmail people or whatever it might be. So I think it's really telling that the CIA has this fantastic technology that could help strengthen our country and protect our people so well, but they're going to use it instead to harm us, and they haven't done anything about human trafficking. That's really telling. Very, very telling. Thank you for listening.